and welcome to Mass Communication today. Today we are going to talk about three important terms. One is horse race reporting, second is green feminism, and the third is voluntary censorship. These three are important terms that is important for your examination in journalism, especially UGC NET examination in journalism and mass communication. So we are going to talk about few journalism terms, three terms. All right. So the first is number one is horse race reporting. Now, what is it? When journalists covering elections focus primarily on who is winning or losing instead of policy issues, votes, candidates, and the news industry itself suffer, a growing body of research has found. This coverage leads to a specific public perception of politics that is dominated by a focus on political actors' motivations for gaining power rather than their substantive concerns for the common good. So, what is horse race reporting? It's a journalistic term which means that when journalists who are covering elections, they focus more on political parties and which party is going to win and which party is going to lose. When they focus on these rather than on important political issues which can result into social development. So rather than focusing on important social, financial, or economic issues, the journalists tend to focus more on political parties and try to influence that who is going to win, who is going to lose, and they give their own opinion about it. So this kind of reporting is known as horse race reporting, and it's a growing number. The journalism itself suffers due to this, and this leads to a specific public perception. So it leads to a specific public perception of politics, that how it's going to work and which party is in dominance. So it creates a perception, and rather it moves the attention and the focus away from important socio-economic issues. So this is what is horse race reporting. Now the second is number 2 is green feminism, also known as eco-feminism. Now what is it? This movement traces the present environmental crisis to the dominant development discourse in which dualistic hierarchies have resulted in enslaving both women and nature. They focus on the patriarchal bias in the dominant epistemological framework. Now, what is green feminism or ecofeminism? Now, ecofeminism is a term which means that it focuses of how both women and nature have been dominated, exploited by men, and especially the patriarchal system of our society. How both women and nature. Now nature, we also term nature as the mother earth. So nature to us is a female, nature is a woman. So we refer to nature or environment as a woman or the mother nature. We call nature as the mother nature. So how both women and nature both have been exploited, being used by the patriarchal system, and how they have dominated, how they have dominated both. So studies of these relations of environment from the perspective of gender studies is known as ecofeminism or green feminism. Number third is voluntary censorship. Now, this is a very important issue right now. The new terms for streaming video service Amazon Prime is opposing a move. Who is opposing the move? Amazon Prime is voluntary censorship code in anticipation of the Indian government coming up with its own rules. Amazon is resisting because it fears that it may alienate paying subscribers. Right now in India, there is no censorship of the OTT platforms. Now, the government wants to regulate the OTT platforms. The government wants to bring in regulations to regulate the content or the language that is there in OTT platforms. But Amazon Prime is opposing the move of the government. Amazon Prime doesn't want the Indian government to regulate its content because they fear that regulation of the OTT content, the kind of content they have, will eventually take away its audiences, because people come for different kind of content, and if they are censored in terms of visuals or in terms of language, it might no longer be appealing to the audiences who pay a money to Amazon Prime as a subscriber. So Amazon Prime is opposing the move, where it doesn't want the government to regulate, to bring in regulation, to bring in the OTT platforms, and they are rather focusing on voluntary censorship, meaning that they will do the censorship themselves without any government intervention. So these are the three terms that we discussed today, and these are important for your UGC NET examination, or maybe some entrance examination that you are appearing for in mass communication. So if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel for more such videos, for more such educational videos. Thank you so much, and see you again in the next video.